Good morning, fellow Josephinians. My name is Ferdinand Garvez. I am the NSTP Director of St. Joseph College. In behalf of the school administration of St. Joseph College, I welcome you to the school year 2020 and 2021 first semester. Today is the first day of our NSTP CWTS session. So, what is NSTP? A lot of people students are trying to ask, nanong pakuhaon man sa NSTP? Now, to know more what is NSTP, CWTS, I would like to turn you over to Sir Edver Sabalo, our NSTP CWTS coordinator.
Republic Act 9163 enabled the establishment of National Service Training Program for tertiary level students with an aim to promote civic consciousness among the youth and inculcate in them the spirit of nationalism and advance involvement in public and civic affairs. NSTP is a program designed to develop the youth's physical, moral, spiritual, and intellectual and social well-being and promote defense preparedness and ethics of service while undergoing training in any of its three components. In various components are specially designed to enhance the youth's active contribution to the general welfare. So, kung atong himdumag balik, ang NSTP is just a repetition, a reminder of what we had during our GMRC class during our preschool or elementary years. So, ang NSTP di ay pagpahinumdom nga kita isip estudyante isip lumulupyo sa nasod nga Philippine dunay labot sa panghitabo sa atong gobyerno, sa atong estado, sa atong simbahan, sa atong kalikupan or kinaiyahan. So karon isip mga lumulupyo sa nasod nga Philippine dili ta pwedeng magpakawalang bahala ra isip lumulupyo, kundi manghinano ta og unsay panghitabo, kung unsay atong best nga mahatag para sa nasod nga Philippine ato nang himuon, mao na ang NSTP. Kung kinahanglan ta mo dipinsa sa nasod panahon sa gira, atong buhaton. Kung kinahanglan ta mo hatag sa kabus, atong buhaton. Kung kinahanglan ta mo tabang hinlo sa baybayon, ato nang buhaton. Kung kinahanglan ta mananog kahoy, atong buhaton. Mao na ang NSTP. So there are three major components of NSTP. So dili day sakto na miunta nga naka NSTP. Dili. Kung miunta ang NSTP, kinahanglan imong hisgutan ang tulo ka major components. First is the ROTC, second the LTS, third is CWTS. So what is ROTC? So ang ROTC means Reserve Officers Training Corps. It is a program institutionalized under sections 38 and 39 of the Republic Act number 7077, designed to provide military training to tertiary level students in order to motivate, train, organize, and mobilize them for national defense preparedness. So whenever the country needs us, katong mga estudyante, mga tertiary level students, kung panahon nga ang nasod nga Philippine threatened for a war, ang ROTC students are ready enough to help the armed forces of the Philippines. So whenever magkinahanglan ang nasod o mga army para sa pagdepensa in the state of war, ang mga ROTC students willing ug andam na ni sila. Kay mao ni ang naglangkob sa NSTP nga train for military preparedness. Second, we have the LTS or Literacy Training Service. So, Literacy Training Service is a program designed to train students to become teachers of literacy and numeracy skills to school children, out of school youth, and other segments of the society in need of their service. So in St. Joseph College, wala ni siya gi-offer as of the moment. So during the time of the late Mr. Nicanor Espina, ang LTS gi-offer sa St. Joseph College. But this time, we only have ROTC and CWTS. So, unsa man yung LTS ni ay? So, LTS, tertiary level students are trained to become teachers, especially sa mga school children or even the out-of-school youth. Katong mga tao nga not privileged enough to go to school, kita mga tertiary level students are trained para makapaambit sa atong, let's just say, knowledge or literacy about reading, computing, mathematical problems, and others. Bisan pag maingon tang halos tanan ng eskwela na, naaga po yung mga tao nga dili ka mao mo basa, dili ka mao mo compute, dili ka mao mo sabot. So, mauna ang main goal sa LTS. So, we go now with the third, the Civic Welfare Training Program or the CWTS. So, kung mayroon tag CWTS, it is composed of programs or activities contributory to the general welfare and the betterment of life for the members of the community or enhancement of its facilities, especially devoted to improving health, education, environment, entrepreneurship, safety, recreation, and morals of citizenry. Kung magkinahanglan ang ospital og tabang, mutabang ta. Kung magkinahanglan ang atong lungsod or baryo nga manghinlo sa dagat or coastal cleanup, mutabang ta. Kung magkinahanglan ang atong gobyerno nga magpatabang og tree planting, mutabang ta. Ang CWTS is the general component of NSTP. So in the CWTS module, we have 4 main components: makatao, makadiyos, makakalikasan, and makabansa. So in the first semester, which is NSTP 1, in the CWTS component, these 4 major components shall be discussed. So who are required to complete the NSTP course? Students of any baccalaureate degree course or at least 2-year technical vocational courses in public and private educational institution shall be required to complete one of the NSTP components as requisites for graduation. So therefore, whenever you enter college, you can never graduate without an NSTP subject. So, kinahanglan nga mukuha gayud ka og NSTP subject in order for you to graduate. However, there are still exemptions. So, kinsa man ang exempted? First, students who have already taken NSTP from a prior degree completed. Pananglitan, kung ikaw nahuman na og usa ka kurso and then you opted to take another course or bachelor's degree, you are not entitled to enroll another NSTP course. So, okay na to ang imong NSTP sa niagi nga bachelor's degree. Second, transferees and shiftees who have completed NSTP prior to transferring or shifting. So, pananglitan, gikan ka sa usa ka eskwelahan, unya mobalhin kag St. Joseph College. Prior sa imong pagbalhin o pag-transfer, kung nakakuha na kag NSTP, then inigsoon mo sa SGC, you don't have to enroll NSTP subjects anymore. Unless nga ang imong gigikanan nga eskwelahan kolorom, walay serial number. So inig-transfer sa SGC, kung pangayuan ka og serial number sa registrar, kung walay ka pakita ang school mo, automatically you have to enroll NSTP again. Third, foreign students and aliens. So NSTP is basically given to all the Filipino students. So kanang mga foreigners and aliens nga eskwela sa atong nasod, they are not entitled to enroll NSTP. So how much time is needed to complete the NSTP? Each of the NSTP program components shall be undertaken for an academic period of 2 semesters. So in St. Joseph College, NSTP is offered for 2 semesters because we have NSTP 1 and NSTP 2. So NSTP 1 shall be enrolled in the first semester of the current academic year. Subsequently, the same process with NSTP 2, which should be enrolled on the second semester of the same academic year. However, kung dunay mga panghitabo nga you have enrolled already NSTP 1 and by the second semester you have to stop schooling because of unprecedented events or reasons, so by the next school year, dili na kakinahanglan mo enroll og NSTP 1, you just have to wait for the second semester of the next school year para ma-enroll mo ang NSTP 2. So the NSTP subject weighs 6 units. So it should be enrolled for 2 semesters because in St. Joseph College, we don't offer integrated NSTP 1 and 2. So, how are we graded in the class? Numeric grading will be used for NSTP classes. The grading system is upon the discretion of the subject teacher who is handling the NSTP. So, the NSTP grade will not be included in the deliberation of honor rolls during your graduation. However, be sure that the NSTP subject or the NSTP grade shall not be lowered by 85 so that you can achieve your Latin honor wishes.
I'm here to discuss the preamble of the 1987 Philippine Constitution. Okay, so this is your NSTP class. So basically you have the four, the makatao, makabayan, makalikasan, at makadiyos. Okay, so I have to discuss the preamble. But before that, I will discuss first what is a constitution. So a constitution in Tagalog is saligang batas. In Bisaya, it is batakang balaod. So I'm sure you already heard all these words na so far. Okay, so let's start first with what is a constitution. So a constitution has been defined that it is a document which serves as the fundamental law of the state. So, fundamental, what do you mean by fundamental? Fundamental means basic, the foundation, the fundamental law of the state. State is a nation or a country. Okay, then it is a written instrument enacted by the direct action of the people. So, a written instrument. Why written? Because it is documented. So, since it is documented, di sa pwedeng usbon, sa gusto laman nato siya nga usbon. Okay. So, in this written instrument, nakabutang ang fundamental powers. So, what do you mean by fundamental powers? Fundamental powers means the basic powers. Ang gahom. Ang gahom sa fundamental powers of the government. So, kinsa man yung government. So, the government is the people. So, tinang-tanan nga niya sa atong nasod, kita ang government. So, in other words, di ay, kinining constitution, usas sa kasinuwat nga butang sa ka-document, kundiin ang atong gahom, no? Ang gahom sa gobyerno are established. So, sa may establish, establish means na-create, namugna, no? Then, limited, o sa may limit, limited, from the word limit. So, in other words, ang gimugna nga mga powers, ang gi-create nga mga powers, na ay mga limitations. So, dili tinuod nga absolute, why limit. Tanang powers na adjod na si Jai limit. And defined. So, what do you mean by defined? So, every powers nga gibutang sa Constitution na si Jai limit and defined. Kinahanglan i-define si Jai. Why? Because there are words nga parehang spelling, parehang pagsulti, pero lain og meaning. Okay. And these powers, katong gisgutan nga powers nga gi-create, gilimitahan o gi-define nga naa sa Constitution, distributed among the several departments. Gibahin-bahin sa nakalalaing department, no? For their safe and useful exercise for the benefit of the body politic. Why gibahin-bahin? Nganong gi-distribute ang mga powers? So that's why in the Constitution we have legislative, executive, and judicial departments. Ug naa po yung mga constitutional bodies. Why? Para safe, luwas, and useful exercise. Meaning to say, luwas o mabungahon ang paggamit. No, dili ma-abuse, safe siya para sa benefit sa body politic. So, kinsa man ang body politic? Body politic means the people. So, ang basahon og utro, ang definition, ha? A constitution is a written instrument enacted by the direct action of the people by which the fundamental powers of the government are established, limited, and defined, and by which these powers are distributed among the several departments for their more safe and useful exercise for the benefit of the body politic. In short, in Bisaya, ang batakang balaod usa ka sinuwat nga butang kundiin ang atong gahom, ang gahom sa gobyerno, gimugna, itigaag limit, gitigag kahulugan o gibahin-bahin sa nakalalaing departamento aron luwas ug hapsay ang paggamit para sa kaadyuhan rapod nato. Okay. So, how is the Constitution evolved? Dun sa pag-evolve sa Constitution. So far, you are familiar with this since high school na tayo gitawag Malolos Constitution. After the Malolos, diha tayo 1935 Philippine Constitution. Pagkamas sa 1935, 1973 Philippine Constitution, and we have also the Freedom Constitution, and karong atong gigamit is the 1987 Philippine Constitution. So, unsa maning Malolos Constitution? So, Malolos Constitution is the first Republican Constitution in Asia approved in January 21, 1899 by President Emilio Aguinaldo. That's why, in my history subject, moingon jud ta nga one of the reasons why the Philippines or the Filipinos are considered unique in the world because we are the first republic in Asia during the time of Emilio Aguinaldo nga namugna ang Malolos Constitution. After that, the 1935 Philippine Constitution. The 1935 Philippine Constitution led by the establishment of the Commonwealth Constitution. So, under natani sa Americans, ng Commonwealth. And adopted on February 8, 1935, which created a unicameral legislative and 6-year term for the president. So this time, in 1955, during the time of President Manuel Luis Molina Quezon. Okay. Then after the 1935, ang 1973. So if you try to think 1973, the president of that time was Ferdinand Marcos. Okay. The 1970 Constitution proclaimed by President Ferdinand Marcos on January 17, 1973. It established a parliamentary form of government, having the president as the symbolic head and the prime minister as the head of government. And the legislative power is vested to the batasang pambansa. Then after that, di ba, nawa si Marcos, so nimpoli si Cory after the EDSA event or the People Power event. So, nahimo ang gitawag nga Freedom Constitution. The Freedom Constitution was based on Proclamation number. So, nagihimo si President Corazon Aquino nga Proclamation number 3. Nga niingon nga on March 25, 1986 na a transitory government was created by the President exercising, si President Corazon Aquino exercises the legislative power until a new constitution will be ratified. So after that, na-ratified ang 1987 Philippine Constitution on February 2, 1987, which is composed of a preamble and 18 articles. Okay, so now, since the 1987 Constitution is composed of one preamble and 18 articles, I will start with a discussion of what is a preamble, which is part of the 1987 Philippine Constitution, and why is it that it is included there o unsa di ka-importante ang preamble. In fact, mas madyo gani nga each one of us maka-memorize sa atong preamble. Okay, so preamble, from the word preamble is the word preambulare. Sa nahimo sa in English, nahimo preamble, which means to walk before. Pasiuna. In other books, usually, ang makita nato is introduction or forward. So, kita magpalain ta because this is the fundamental law of the land. So, ang atong gihimo, different, which is the word preamble, which is synonym to introduction or forward. Okay. So, unsa may nakasuwat sa atong sa preamble. Okay. So, niingon ang preamble diha nga kung kabasa po mo sa preamble, if you have the 1987 Philippine Constitution, niingon diha nga, we, the sovereign Filipino people, imploring the aid of Almighty God in order to build a just and humane society and establish a government that shall embody our ideals and aspirations, promote the common good, conserve and develop our patrimony, and secure to ourselves and our posterity the blessings of independence and democracy under the rule of law and a regime of truth, justice, freedom, love, equality, and peace. do ordain and promulgate this Constitution. Okay, let's start with we, the sovereign Filipino people. What does it mean? We means kita. Sovereign Filipino people. If you say sovereign, it means independent, free, and the power to govern itself without the interference from other sources. Meaning to say, kita di ay nga we ang mga free nga independent kaway na control nga laing nasod. So nga lumingon man tag sovereign Filipino people because basically kita ang ni-elect sa atong mga official sa government. Why tagalaing nasod mo dikta na to kung kinsay atong pilion. Okay, kung mag-election ta kita ay magbuot kung sa atong buhaton mean to say sovereign. So karon na nimo madungog ni President Duterte nga moingon siya nga magbuot man mo sovereign man ta. Okay. Then imploring the aid of Almighty God. What does it mean? It means to say that our country is a Christian country. We are Christ believers. We're asking the aid of Almighty God. No, nga tabangan ta niyaning atong nasod. That it also shows that our country, the people, the Filipino people, have faith in one God. Okay? Then next is to build a just and humane. From the word just, dagi kuha ang word nga justice. What does it mean? Valid, legal. What society ang atong dapat i-create? A society that is valid and legal. No? Then, we have makatarunganon in Bisaya. Then, not only makatarunganon or just, it should also be humane. Humane is from the word, kuanang human, makatawhanon. No? Knowing what is right and good. That is makatawhanon. So, di kay makatarunganon ka, so dapat ang atong society is makatarunganon at the same time, makatawhanon. Okay, next is we have to establish a government that shall embody our ideals and aspirations. What kind of government? Unsa man ang government nga atong ideal government? Ang atong ideal government is pareha siguro ta nga kinahanglang service-oriented nga government, corrupt-free nga government. So wa siguro natoy ganahan nga ang atong gobyerno is corrupt. No, so ta makaiusa ta na. And this giingon nga bayan muna bago sarili. No nga kind of government. Okay. The next is promote the common good. What does it mean? So our government is here to promote the general welfare, the common welfare. The welfare of the people is the supreme law. So tanang balaod nga himuon, it should be tanang ordinansa, tanang regulations, tanan, it should be for the welfare of the people. Okay. Then we have conserve and develop our patrimony. So if you say patrimony from the word patria, so maka-remember ta ni Jose Rizal in Adios Patria Adorada. So what is patria? What is from the word patrimony? Patria means motherland, fatherland. Meaning to say, ang atong nasod, atong i-conserve. At the same time, atong i-develop. That's why you're familiar with DNR. Di ba ang DNR? Di ka basta-basta mangutod og kahoy kung may permit sa gobyerno. Maski imo pang kahoy, imo ang juta. Di pwede. No? Kaya lang na ay permit. Then you have the bantay dagat also for the dagat, no? The waste management, mga mining laws. We have to develop, at the same time, we have to conserve it. Okay. Then to secure to ourselves our posterity, meaning to say, the government is there to secure our future. That's why for the government employees, for the retirement, they have the GSIS, for the private, we have the SSS, and we have the insurance companies, housing loans, educational, scholarship, like the UNIFAS, the TES, the TDP, the Tunong Dunong, the Party List, DOST, and we have also livelihood program that is to secure the future of the people. Okay, then we have independence and democracy. Okay, independence, democracy from the word demos, which means people, human beings, citizens, and the krasius means to rule. So democracy means, in short, that people will rule, the human being will rule, then the citizens of the country will rule. So it should always be the majority. No, dapat. Then under the rule of law, meaning to say under the rule of law in a regime of truth, justice, freedom, love, equality, and peace. Under the rule of law means no one is above the law. Okay. So all of this in the preamble, no, is there. Nga kita di ay ang author, ang mga Filipino people, which we are asking the Almighty God nga unta matuman kining atong patakang balaod, ang atong constitution. Okay, so the functions of the preamble. By the way, the preamble is not there para sa rights nga naining proclaims of rights and obligations. The preamble is there in order to set down the origin, the scope, and the purposes of the Constitution. So the origin of the Constitution, according to the preamble, is the sovereign Filipino people as the author. Then the scope of the purposes, again, is to build a just human society, establish a government to shall embody our just aspirations, promote the common good, conserve and develop our patrimony, and to secure to ourselves and our posterity under the blessings of independence and democracy. And the last is the preamble is there not as an aid in ascertaining the meaning, which is ambiguous provisions in the body of the Constitution. So the preamble is the source of light in our Constitution. Okay, that is all, and have a good day.